What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 21, and of course the content is flying out. If you didn't know, we are actually going to be doing a Rams online user franchise this year. We were planning on doing it this Friday, however, there's supposed to be this big title update coming on September 10th-ish, so I think we're going to be waiting until around then, so a little bit longer of a wait, but still, we have Washington franchise. We're still balling there. We've got lots of different things we can do, so until then, this is going to be a good tester to see what might happen in that franchise. Why does Whitworth look like an egg? But if you guys have been enjoying the content, you enjoy, pretty much double uploads every single day, just about. You enjoy these rebuilds, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. It really does mean a lot. I know, the sellouts used to be funny. Now it's just getting desperate. But of course, this is what the roster looks like, and boy is it a yikes. So I'm going to be kind of talking in and out about online franchise while doing this rebuild. Sorry if you don't care about my franchise, you only want to watch rebuilds. But Whitworth, even though he has like 3 years on his contract, he's 38. He pretty much always leaves after the first year, which is going to suck. Hopefully he doesn't, but let's be honest. Left guard, center, don't want to talk about it. Blythe, he's 28 and normal. Havenstein, he's 28 and star. Then you have these two tight ends. I normally would be like, okay, Everett's the starter. However, Higbee, he's on like a 3 or 4 year contract. Do you pay two tight ends for 4 seasons? I don't know. Of course, Gerald Everett, super fast. Maybe be able to get somebody to trade for him in the online league. I might even trade for him here. I'm not sure what the Rams' real-life situation is. Are they going to keep him or not? And of course, going to wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, super underrated guy, 27, superstar development. This will be the starting wide receiver for a long time here in our rebuild and in our online league. He's going to be the guy. How fast is he again? He's 6'2", not on the fast side, and he can't really jump because he's white. I can say that because I'm white. But he can catch, he can get open. That's the main importance this year. And as far as Robert Woods, definitely a solid role player at number 2. Want to get this guy going, because if you can get him a superstar, he can be kind of a long-term guy as well. Once again, not very fast, but super good at getting open. So, I mean, these guys got some route runners here. And then, of course, the new guy, Van Jefferson, was so hyped for him. And then I seen the freaking age, 24 years old as a normal dev rookie. This Rams team is in a spot. Cam Akers, one of the shining players for this team on offense. Definitely a guy we're going to be trying to get going early and often. Of course, 21 years old is huge. Jared Goff dropping down to normal, which is totally deserved. Sucks so much for our league. But here, will it matter as much? I don't know. I don't know, because it's going to be a little bit easier to potentially get a dev up from normal to star and then star to superstar than it would be in an online league where you're competing with other players. But we'll have to see here. And then the really big disappointment for me this year is that Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, their abilities kind of suck. Let's take a look at these abilities. So Aaron Donald only has 2 abilities. I thought there was going to be more, but Blitz, this is a decent ability, right? When they enter the zone, all opposing blockers have their resistant bars wiped out. So basically, if the offense can't gain yards quickly, they're going to be getting insta-pressured. This is probably when you want to just continuously put 4 on the line, maybe blitz. But this means that pretty much anyone's going to instantly win their matchup against a line group, especially if they're bad. Then you have El Toro, which I suppose is decent, but defenders with this ability will receive dominant bull rush wins when their pass rush points are full. So you're not even guaranteed to get a good rush. And then you have inside stuff. Defenders with this ability use faster block shed moves against inside zone runs. Like, what are those abilities? Then you go to Jalen Ramsey, bottleneck, cool enough. Like, it's not going to be super easy to get. Acrobat, that's a great ability. But then bench press, defenders with this ability apply bonus fatigue to their man coverage target after a successful press. I'm not going to be able to press often because I've got these guys as my freaking number 2 and 3 corners. So a bit of a yikes, not going to lie. The one shining thing on this team is the safety group. Super young, super good. Really gets you thinking about what you do with John Johnson, a guy that obviously young, good overall, great player. A little bit on the slower side, but really smart. Do you trade him? I don't know. I don't know, did they sign him in real life? Because he doesn't have a contract here in Madden. Like, it's just tough because I think he's a great player and I think he's a guy you can actually kind of build your defense around a little bit, but it's just in Madden here, we have 3 safeties if we keep him. I don't know if that's the biggest need right now. But what I will say for sure, this team needs linebacker. Darren Lee fits that role immediately. We are going to sign him. Of course, we will also have a free agency draft in the online league. So, you know, some of these guys could be taken early. I doubt we'll get Darren, but you never know. You know, Geis, if we allow him to be in the league, which I don't honestly think we should, we definitely, definitely see someone go for him as well. So, you know, maybe we'll have some options. I don't know. A lot of players are young, old here, so I don't know. We make a decently big trade. Of course, this guy's a bit of a question mark because of injuries lately, but Josh Reynolds, a third next, and Kenny Young for Sidney Jones, who is 24 years old. I think he's going to be an immediate number 2 for us. I believe he is also either on a contract year or he's going to have one very soon. He's a guy that the Eagles might actually be looking to get rid of very soon, whether that's through a trade, which I don't know if anyone's going to really trade for him, which is why we did. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of an overtrade, honestly, from us, but I think he's going to be good, and let's just hope he is. All right, this does change things a bit, as Van Jefferson, even if he's 24, did get a dev up with 10,000 XP. All right, 4 re-signings. Ooh, oh, no. I didn't want to see that. I just didn't want to see that. This is so... no. Wow. Okay, so... I think you obviously give Jalen Ramsey the deal. He's absolutely nuts. You give him a 6-year deal, you sign him up. Boy, is that a lot of money, but you got to do it. Cooper Kupp, you got to give him the 4-year deal as well. Man, we chose a very interesting team. I'll put it that way. We chose a very interesting team. John Johnson, we might actually have to trade. Ebukam even. Is that, I mean, that could be a tag. Gerald Everett. Wow. This is brutal. We're going to give Sidney Jones a 4-year deal. I think that works out for us. Boy, is that something. That is a something. I mean, there are some... wow. Please tell me we're not at the trade deadline. I mean, we are, but we're not. You know what I mean. We trade Johnson, a 5th and a 7th next year for the Dolphins' 2nd-round pick. I just can't pay that contract. I just can't. And then for the Packers, we trade him Everett and Hill for pick 95. Don't know what we're going to be able to do in our online league, but boy, I hope hopefully it's something at least close to as good as that. I think Johnson, I think he might get better than that in a user league. I don't know. At least we have to re-sign less players. I think we're going to tag Ebukam. Well, actually, the tag would be way more than that. A 6-year 83? That's actually not as bad as, like... if you look at that, it's actually not as bad as I thought. It's 13.8, which is a lot, because he's only an 80 overall. He's 25, but... it could be worse. I think we're going to have to wait to see how good he is first. As far as Blythe, a 2-year deal I think is perfectly fine. Look at the money. We didn't even sign Johnson or Everett, and we have no money. Wow. All right, here we are headed to the playoffs, and we win at the end. We go 8-8, but we miss the playoffs. This is kind of a... I was hoping to get a little bit better of a season here, but as far as what the Rams are built like right now... this is probably better than I expected. I really do see, in real life, barring any injuries from the Cardinals, the Rams are going to be the worst team in that division. I really do see it. They have lost a lot. A lot. Jared Goff, 4,300 yards, 29 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not a bad season from him. Cam Akers, though, that is god-awful. Robert Woods, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Couldn't get the dev up, which sucks. Looking at the defensive side of things now, sack totals, Aaron Donald with 12. Ebukam with 30.5 is just no point. There's just no point in signing him at all. We're just going to let him go. We might tag him and then trade him. The sack numbers in Madden are just terrible. There's no point in looking at awards because we just wouldn't have won any anyways. Let's go to the Super Bowl, see who wins. DevOps, maybe we'd have a defender. Outside of that, I don't think so. Boy, that was a very non-productive season. The Browns win the Super Bowl. Okay, well, we do get Jared Goff back to star, which is definitely nice, but is it really going to help that much? I don't know. Looking at the defensive side of things now, As far as dev-ups go, I don't think there was a single one, which is obviously great. What is Ibukham's number now? 5 years, 74, and that really is not much different. It's actually probably more money than before. 5 years, 58. What's his tag number? 14.5. Okay, join the team. Thank you. As far as everyone else goes, Leonard Floyd's gone. Darren Lee's probably gone. Yeah, how much money do we even have? Oh my god. Bro, we're so screwed. We're so screwed in that online Ramsey League. The Rams are in such a bad spot. Like, oh my. Paying Goff is just not a good look. Because you're paying him carry money. You're paying him money to carry you. Alvin Kamara in free agency. How ironic. Kareem Hunt. I say ironic, but you never know. The Saints could re-sign him. Kareem Hunt. Marcus Williams is a decent little sign. I mean, but as far as this team goes, I don't think we can really afford anyone. Everett makes free agency. Of course, Johnson doesn't. I don't know why Everett would make free agency. The Packers should have easily signed him. Also, how is Everett still 27? I don't understand the age thing. But yeah, yikes. This is something. We got a few linebackers. We got a pass rushing backup, and then Jared Davis could end up becoming the starter because this linebacking group is rough. All right, as we know, the Rams have no first-round pick. However, that Dolphins trade gave us pick 3 in the second round. So let's see what we can get. As far as what I have on the board, this is what we have. I don't know how many of these guys we're going to get, but Larry Linton is the best available lineman. He looks okay. As far as Arthur Green goes, very solid player. We need a coverage linebacker. But we also do have this Pamphile guy, and he's decently fast with good skills. Maybe you get lucky with him. I don't know. But I think the biggest need is for sure lineman. So I'm just hoping for the best with this guy. The skills are a little iffy. The combine grade's really good, in fairness. And he's a late second, so we're going to go for him. And that is huge because he is hidden, which obviously hiddens are super hard to get, especially for linemen. 69 overall is rough, but that hidden's great. The speed is actually decent. And now for pick 15, I don't know if we're going to be able to wait that long for this linebacker. Silvers goes. That was one of the guys that was a late first, I believe. Man, but this team really can't afford to trade up. We're going to lose the guy, but we can't afford to trade up. The Vikings take our guy right there, and he's a 76 overall. Wow, we just missed on a huge pick. EA always does it, so I'm not really too surprised. Niles Drummond was one of my guys, because honestly, we might have to get rid of Robert Woods. You might not even have a choice in the matter. We also do have Juan Gonzalez, who looks decent, but we also have Clark Robertson. I know he's not really a linebacker type, but he looks better than Juan, right? So, honestly, we might just trade this down. I don't even know. Niles Drummond is decent, though. Did Whitworth retire like we expected, though? That's the real question. Of course he did. Wow, the freaking Rams are screwed. This could be the worst roster in the entire NFL. Aaron Donald's great and all, but think about the Rams. If you take Aaron Donald away, do you even see them winning 3 games? Like, they've got a good coach, but man, I don't know. I guess you fair in real life, it's a little bit different because Jared Goff and those receivers can get something done, but wow, this team is brutal. Like I said, I think we have to get rid of Woods, so we're going to go Niles Drummond for the future, and he is a 72 overall. That's the new slot receiver. Van Jefferson moves up to 2, I think, assuming we can get a trade for Woods. As far as our next pick goes, mid-3rd, Robertson's a late 4th. If he's not there, that would be brutal, but you never know. There's a good chance he could be gone. Clark Robertson is still there. Normally, these kind of guys go very soon. We're going to take him. He is a steal is what he is. Hidden development, 21 years old. A little raw, but obviously still has good enough starting ratings to get something done. As far as Madden 21 drafts go, this is like a steal and a half, considering we didn't even have a first-round pick. Late 4th center, if that guy is there for our next 3rd-round pick, we will definitely take him. If not, I guess we'll trade down for some 3rd round next year. And he is gone. Nice. We trade pick 92, Alexander, and a 7th next for 76 next and 146 this. We probably will take that linebacker if he's there, which, let's be honest, he probably won't be. Oh, damn, the Bills got a 73 overall wide receiver. Of course he's gone. I don't know why I expected him to be here that long. And holy crap. Late first projected, he's still there. There's another middle linebacker, though. He's even faster. Maybe this guy should have been on our list all along. Vernon Arseneau is going to be the new guy we grab. 67 overall. And as sad as it sounds, he actually seems like a day one starter for this team. Yikes. Boys, I'm telling you right now, if you don't see the playoffs in the first several seasons for the Rams franchise, I can't be blamed. This team is in a spot. We get a 5th round next year for our 6th round pick, and then we're going to take a fullback with pick 15, assuming he's even there, which honestly at this point, it wouldn't even surprise me if he's gone. He is there, Adrian Kerr. Really sick looking fullback. We're going to go for him. 73 overall. Is that the highest overall rookie we drafted? I think that might tie for the wide receiver. Actually, he might be the highest overall. But we did land 2 hittens. You never know. Could have got very lucky. We'll see. But more than likely going to be both star. Hey, the fullback was the highest overall we took. Nice talent. Larry Linton. New starting left tackle right out the gate with only star. Yikes. Buck Robertson, the left end. We're going to be moving him to outside linebacker to replace Ebukam. Has a development. Okay, that is a clutch draft. I know the rest of the... Wait, right out? Oh, maybe we can't replace. We have to get rid of Ebukam. We can't afford him. Bro, the Rams are so screwed, dude. This team is so effed. Oh, my. Let's take a look at the salaries. This roster has 14 mil in cap space, and they have to re-sign Ebukam, Robinson, Woods. Oh, my, I don't like it. I hate it. And the worst part is, there's no, super overpaid player that you're expecting to get rid of soon. Don't get me wrong, Ashawn's being overpaid. He'll make less than that. But Woods won't make less than that. Ebukam won't make less than that. Damn, dude. This is a true rebuild team. This is about as close to a rebuild team as you get, especially when you're paying cornerstone pieces like a quarterback, or all these running backs here. You pay cornerstone pieces like a running back and or a quarterback and a pass rusher, and you're not even close. Teams that pay pass rushers and quarterbacks that kind of money are usually teams that are close. Let's freaking hope we find a hidden here. We need 10 hiddens at this rate. We trade Robert Woods and Ebukam to the Patriots for pick projected number 24. Huge blow to the team, but the salary cap needed it. Technically did make this team worse, but it might be necessary for the future. All right, now we have more re-signings. Ashawn Robinson wants a 2-year, $11 million deal, which I suppose we'll give him a 3-year deal out of because he's actually not asking for that much. As far as the rest goes, I mean, it appears that we have kind of curved the salary cap issue, but at the same time, the roster is kind of lacking talent now. So is it a win? Is it a loss? I don't know, dude. All right, head to the playoffs, and a very expected outcome as we miss the playoffs, and we get a tie. Gotta love the potential top 5 pick being turned into maybe just inside the top 10. Love it. Would have been probably right at the edge of 10 or out of 5. Instead, we're 8 or 9. I love it. I love when that happens. It's great news. But looking at the season stats, as we, like I said, expected to do poorly from... Nice. Gotta love it. Jared Goff, 24 interceptions. Might be the most interceptions I've seen in Sim so far. Lots of yards. Okay picks. Okay touchdowns. Cam Akers, a little bit better, but still not great. Cooper Kupp and Van Jefferson, over 1,000. Van Jefferson, maybe a superstar. Highly doubt it, though. As far as blocking goes, don't want to talk about it. Tackles, a couple of guys over 100. Sack totals, Aaron Donald was decent. The rest is terrible. Don't care about picks. Sloman was terrible. This team is not doing well. Is this the same exact Super Bowl, but just a different result this time? Okay. As far as DevOps go, none on offense. Defensively, we had Terrell Lewis, I believe, go to star, but that is literally it. I mean, these seasons have basically been nothing. Basically just nothing. Kamara back in free agency. Jair Alexander's here. It would be very sick to have Ramsey with Jair Alexander. I just don't think at this point in time with this cap situation that would be one of the biggest needs. Mitchell Schwartz, don't get me wrong, he's great and all, but this team isn't able to win right now. So, like, you just don't go for a guy if you don't need to, if you can't win right now. Leighton Vander Esch, this is a very, very fair contract. I am willing to offer that. We're probably not going to get him, because if I was him, I wouldn't want to join us either, but that could be a steal. Gallup could be decent, but I think Van Jefferson's just going to be our guy. OJ Howard. I mean, there's actually some names here that could help us out. It just depends. Will any of them want to join us? And once again, if I were them, I would say, sorry, pal. All right, so we got Cam Robinson. We got Whitehead. We did not get Lane Vander Esch, which is terrible. Steven Sims, nice little steal. OJ Howard was a nice one. And then we get Brian O'Neill with a backup corner. So the team definitely does improve, but we do spend a bit of the cap. But we still have at least maybe 20 mil left over. And, of course, like we said, we improved the line quite a bit. I expect to put O'Neal on the inside because he's actually kind of athletic. Even though he is tall, he's more on the slender side. So he could pretty much move around pretty well. But, of course, he does jump 1 overall on top of it. And then we're going to move Cam Robinson to the interior because he is kind of more of a stationary guy. He is a little bit on the taller side for center, but he's more of a stationary type guy. The offensive line definitely super improved. Higbee, of course, still has like a 4-year deal, but we could get rid of him at any time. So I think we'll let him play 1 more season as a backup, and then we will trade him away. The offense definitely gets a bit better there. And then as far as I didn't even notice, Arsenu also got a dev up. Nice, actually. That's actually pretty big. He's the new number 1 middle linebacker. Nice. Okay, things are, I mean, they're turning around a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. And, of course, we're going to have a high draft pick here, which we could either draft someone hopefully starter caliber or maybe trade down to extend the draft. We do have 2 firsts, actually. We have pick 20 as well from the Ebukam Robert Woods trade. Okay, so we got some things. So we have pick 8 in the draft. We have a corner very high. The question is, do we take him or do we trade down? Because, of course, we do already have 2 pretty decent corners. However, Roman Horn, his skills are lacking a little bit. He's obviously got great man coverage, but he does have really good combine grade. This is what our combine, our draft board looks like. This is why I kind of want to go for Ben Ford, because he skipped the combine. He's a mid-first projected. He could absolutely be just like an absolute star. You have another center that's decent, and then Joe Gallery looks really solid. His skills are lacking, but the combine grade's really good. Probably be willing to take him. Of course, if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen this picture earlier today. Look at him. He looks so tiny because his little picture looks like a tiny little jersey. But I'm really struggling with this one. I think because corner's not that big of a need and the rest of the draft doesn't really look great for what we really need, I think we're going to trade this down for a plethora of picks. We trade pick 8 in, 2 filler players for pick 42 this, 19 next, and 104 this. So they get a huge, great trade. And they also still have another pick. They get a DT, really good DT. Roman Horn goes to the Bengals. And then with their actual pick, I don't know if that was a good pick or not. Now with this pick, it might be a little early, but we're going to take him late second. Take him at pick 20. He is only normal development. That's kind of a common thing in Madden this year, but I wish it wasn't common there because that is not really that great of a pick. So basically, just don't draft coverage linebacker in the first 2 rounds, it seems. Now we have the center, Eric Calcutta. That's going to be our guy. And he is hidden, 70 overall. I think that's pretty much it from offensive linemen now. I don't think we need any more. Now for this pick, this cornerback just looks way too good for me to pass on. Mr. Ben Ford, way too good as in his skills are decent and his combine skip, so hopefully he has hidden development, and he does. He is a 74 overall, decent speed. Wow, hit power is good. Maybe he's supposed to be a safety? Perhaps, but I'm not going to play him there. He's going to be our number 3 corner until, Sidney Jones is gone. As far as our next pick goes, I don't think we have really anything. We may have a QB, 3rd round QB. Let's see if the guy is Devontae Worthy. You see that? This guy just looks too cute not to. Look at him. Look at him. He's like a little head and he's got a little body. All right, we're going to grab him. I made a mistake. Look at him. He's just a wasted pick. I wonder if his little picture is going to be stuck like that forever. That's kind of cool. And then as far as the rest of the draft goes, look at his picture. Oh, man. I kind of want that guy to just be an absolute legend. We do have a couple other players. We have Roy Bradley. I kind of think we should wait. Let's trade this away for next year. Pick 17 in the 5th. Surprisingly, our linebackers there. We're going to take him. He is a 65 overall. Pretty damn fast, but yeah, he's a little on the unusable side. Pick 8 in the 6th round. There's a couple of running backs there. If they're both there, we'll have a choice on which one we want, and then that'll pretty much end our draft. They're both there, so Juan Arrington, 23 years old. Skills look insane. Pretty damn fast. Then you have Weldon, who's younger and faster. There you go. You have your answer. 66 overall. Not bad. You actually have potential to use him, but overall for us, we don't really need to, so just a decent backup. We're taking a look at a draft recap. How many hidden do we have? 2, I believe, right? So Calcutta was our first hidden. He is a center. I don't know if that's what he'll play for us, but he'll still be on the team, obviously, and his development is star, as you would probably have expected. And then our cornerback, Ben Ford, is the other hidden we got. His development is, if we can get to it, because this freaking menus, man, I can't wait till that's updated, star as well. As far as Horn, the cornerback, we missed out on 79 overall. Super freaking fast. Good hit power, decent catching. What's that development? 5'11", 22. He's obviously amazing looking. Probably going to be better than Star, right? He is, superstar. I don't know if I would say that it was better. We'll have to see until next year, because obviously we gained a first round next year, so we won't really know if it was a good pick until that pick comes up. But for right now, I'd say probably should have went for the corner, but let's hope this draft pick we have is good enough, because if we can make that good, then hey, we'll be fine. We make one of the league's best teams even better. We give him David Long Jr. for a 3rd round pick. The reason why we give him over is because I don't want to pay him when we don't have a need at corner really anymore at the number 3 spot. And obviously he was taken in the 3rd round. Hasn't really been given a chance by us, but he's still 24 and a 78 overall, so still lots of time left in his career. All right, season, 3 now? This is what the roster looks like. We're getting there. Worried about Van Jefferson already being 26 and Cooper Kupp being 29. But Cam Akers, he's only 23. He's getting there. Is he only 23? Yeah, only 23. He's getting there. O.J. Howard's an improvement over Higbee, kinda. O-line, once again, vast improvements this last season. And Calcutta's probably going to replace Blythe next year. After we get the upgrades going, Arsenu is going to be the number 1 middle linebacker. Pass rushers, Robertson and Lewis. They have all the tools to be great players, especially with the dev and the youth. But will they is a whole other story. D-line, Brockers needs to be replaced soon. And then maybe a year or so down the line, Ashawn needs to be looked at. But, I mean, the team's better. And if they went 8-8 year 1, there's a chance they could actually make the playoffs in this season. All right, so Taylor Rapp needs a contract. We have lots of money to work with, so we might as well just add him to the list here. And then we also have Brockers, who I'd like to re-sign, but I think that age is going to catch up to him. Havenstein will have him for another season. I'm sorry. Austin Blythe, like I said, we have a replacement for him already. Henderson, we already have a replacement for him. Emmanuel Hall, kind of a backup on every single team anytime you do a rebuild. But yeah, lots of money, not a lot of players to spend it on. So, just saying, maybe free agency is going to be lit. Of course, as the kids say. Oh. Apparently, Van Jefferson is like the best wide receiver you could ever ask for. He has superstar development from breakouts. Easily the most successful player we've had from breakouts in the history of rebuilds this season, at least. Which, in Madden, it's only been like 2 weeks. Do I know how to over-exaggerate, or do I know how to over-exaggerate? And of course, we re-sign Havenstein as well. Headed to the playoffs, we had a pretty damn good year. We did kind of slide a bit, but we still owned the season 10-6. And by slide a bit, I mean we were 7-0 at one point. So, take that how you will. We lost to the Cardinals and the Seahawks. We won a game, lost 2, won 2, lost 2. The rest of the division, though, even though it's supposed to be a great division, kind of sucked. It just did not do well at all. I mean, look at this season. This division's supposed to be one of the best in the league, and only one team's going to make the playoffs here. It's us, barely in the freaking wild card round. Well, it's in the wildcard round, but we obviously won the division. Jared Goff, kind of close to superstar. That's a really good season from him, so I would say give him the dev up, but we'll see if they do. Cam Akers, still not really playing like the guy we need him to, and Van Jefferson may be an X Factor. That is shocking. If he's an X Factor before Cup, that is ridiculous. Arsenu could be superstar. Looking at defense, I mean, even Aaron Donald's numbers aren't that great. Like, is this a 4-3 team instead of a 3-4? 5 picks. If he doesn't go up in dev, that is illegal. Joey Sly, the new kicker, absolutely smashed it. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. MVP Mahomes. Baker Mayfield's at 96 overall. Wow. Sam Darnold, 84. Jared Goff, number 7 on the list, though. At least he made the list. Any award wins at all? Van Jefferson, wide receiver. And that's it. Not even kicker. Wow. Either way, we made the playoffs. That's the main goal. The mango. That's what it sounded like I said. Going against those 10-6 Vikings, we are in 88 overall. They are in 85. So, I mean, you see it. I see it. EA won't see it. We're going to lose. All right, going to the end of the game. The Vikings score 3. We suck on offense. Offense, please. Defense is doing as much as it can. Okay, maybe defense isn't doing as much as it can at all. Offense, 0 points. This is what happened to the damn Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Rams fans, but it's true. That was a poor Super Bowl. It wasn't a defensive battle. The freaking Rams played like trash. And we lose 30-13. We got smoked. But we did still make the playoffs. Definitely did not represent the division at all. Is Cam Akers on his way out? 12 for 19. I'm not saying I'm a great running back or anything, but we all collectively could average more yards per carry than that on one run if we just got lucky. You know, you just got one good block, and you can probably gain like 3 yards. You got none. Nice. The Bears versus the Jets in the Super Bowl. What a name drop. And it's the Jets who win. Okay. Come on, Goff. Superstar. No superstar for Goff. However, 27-year-old Jefferson is an X factor. It's going to be a very, very interesting re-sign period, but hey, that's pretty good to me. Looking at the defensive side of things, Arsenu with a dev up. So did Burgess. Okay, anyone else? I don't think so, right? No. But still, that is a nice couple of dev ups. Finally, a decently positive season. Oh, what is this? Medium route KO. Okay, interesting. Very specific, but okay. Well, we have that extra draft pick, which is probably what we're going to use the defensive line for. Use it on the defensive line. Brockers actually last quite a bit. This is definitely eye-opening. D-lineman might last even longer than before because, I mean, he's a couple of years in this season, in this rebuild. 32, started at 29. He really didn't drop that much. I don't know if he just got lucky, but, I mean, he dropped 6 blocks, yet he's still 83. I mean, he looks solid. Unlike my craps that I take, which is something you guys didn't need to hear. 56 mil to work with, and honestly, this team isn't that bad off. It's really not. You know, I mean, rating-wise, you don't need a new running back this season, but he hasn't really played well, so I will say it's on the radar. Wide receivers, you're fine. Tight ends, you're fine. O-line, you're fine for this season at least. Probably look in the draft for somebody just for the future, like Calcutta, like we did for him. To now play right guard for us. But no immediate needs on offense just yet. And then looking at the defensive side of things, still probably needing that middle linebacker look. And then D-line, definitely super high on the list. But I mean, this team looks pretty damn good. Do this next season, and then depending on what happens there, probably one final after that. Kamara still just cannot find a home. Baker Mayfield really not asking for that much, all things considered. We sign a backup middle linebacker. We sign Elton Jenkins, who'll start somewhere. And then Darnay Holmes, another backup. We traded down to 16, gaining a second round next year, which I believe we're going to be taking a defensive tackle here with this pick. Mr. DeMarcus Mims. He doesn't look amazingly great, but we need an immediate starter there at left end. And he's the best looking player there. For DT/DN, and we land a steal. A 76 overall hidden player at pick 16 is a great pick. Has a little bit of mobility as well. It's definitely a great pick. Immediate starter. That is good. Is this a reach? The guy looks so insane with the combine report, but his top skills are lacking. Nah, 20's a reach. I think we can get to like pick 5. We've moved from 20 to 37, and we add a second again next year. So next year we'll have 2 second-round picks. So we're extending the draft as pretty well as you can. And of course, Addison Archer is still there. I don't even know if we really need linemen that much, but best available pick, going to take him. And another hidden lineman, of course. Last one was Star. The one before that was Star. Very good chance this one's also Star, but athletic, decent, and even if he is Star, it's still better than normal. And now our next pick, Darius McLaughlin. Probably going to lose him at 20, right? Oh. Pick 19. I don't know how good he was, but of course, he's looked really fast. Taylor Whitaker. Don't even know if we really need a pass rusher that much, but screw it, we're going to take him for depth. 72 overall, normal. He looks really good. It's just, once again, no hidden. Still really good pick. I'll take it. We could use a replacement for Ashawn Robinson, and this guy actually looks like he might even have better potential than the guy we already took. So we're going to take Mr. Hobbs, and what would be considered in Madden 21 a pretty solid pick. Just once again, the development normal is just so damn common these days. It sucks. Sheldon Priester, was that actually the corner we had on the list? I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Mid-5th. Ugh. We'll take him at 20 if he's there, but yeah, we're trading this down. Well, as expected, everyone's gone. Looking at the draft recap, we had 2 hidden development players. DeMarcus Mims, we might have hit big with this one. Please tell me we hit big with this one. We did, because he's still really good, but yeah, he's not anything better than Star. And then looking at the left guard, I don't even know if we can play him year 1, but still, hidden development, definitely a good pick. And his development is going to make it hard on us. I don't know. I really don't know. So we had some issues with the offensive line. I don't know what the hell to do because Archer was an unexpected greatness. We have Calcutta sitting back up. I don't even know what to do. Havenstein's playing back up. I guess when you got money, you got money. Look at the offense. Definitely looks improved overall because obviously they're getting better every season. And more importantly, the O-line's quote-unquote getting younger. You know, O'Neal's 27. Jenkins is 27. Archer and Linton are obviously young. Cam Robinson might be 27, 28. Look at the defensive side. Still can't fit that number 2 linebacker spot, but Jared Davis, I guess, is good enough there. And, I mean, it's a good-looking roster, so 87 overall should make the playoffs again, and then hopefully at least win a game this time. All right, we have re-signings. Johnny Hecker wants a re-signing. I guess we'll give him one. Van Jefferson wants one. We'll give him a 5-year deal worth 63-ish mil. Good offer. Glad to take it. Burgess is developed into a superstar. I don't even remember when the hell that happened. We probably recognized it, but just didn't say anything, or I just forgot. Cam Akers, he's kind of playing like a backup, and he wants backup money, so I'm doing it. Higbee will let go. Havenstein will let go. Terrell Lewis doesn't really want much, so we'll get him back as well. I don't know when kickers and punters regress at superstar, so I guess we'll give him a 3-year. That should be pretty good, right? And that's pretty much it for re-signings. Headed to the playoffs, what is the result? It is an 8-8 season that we totally did not deserve to have in a bad way. We were just all over the place all year, and I'm going to attribute that to good old-fashioned EA Sim. It's like such a lazy thing to do. Like, look at the season. The entire division is just 8-8 pretty much. What a lazy Sim system. So terrible. Jared Goff, 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 picks. That's playoff numbers. That's good enough. Rushing, not great, but Cam Akers' yards per carry are good. Cooper Kupp, wow, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. Van Jefferson was decent. O.J. Howard was all right. Looking at blocking, interesting stuff, I suppose. Looking at sack numbers, low as hell because it's Madden Sim. And then Burgess, nice picks. Joey Sly crushing. Why do we have so many kickers and punters, by the way? But yeah, we're going to do one final season because I can't be bothered with EA Sim anymore. You can obviously tell that we aren't going to have much morale, if any, boosts. So comparing our 91 overall to the league, we have the tied for the best record or overall in the league. And there's a difference between us and the Browns. The Browns have made it to multiple Super Bowls, and I believe won at least one of them. We haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl. So once again, EA, shout out to you guys. The Bengals. That's a team that's definitely going to make the playoffs, the Super Bowl in the next few years. And they win it. Wow. Look, hey, Cincy, you don't need a roster. You just need luck. Cooper Kupp is an X factor. Probably dropped in overall a little bit. He did +1 speed. Well, lost the speed. He had +1 speed throughout the years. And as far as the rest of that goes, nothing there. Defensively, I don't believe we had a dev up on defense either. So, regardless, it is what it is. For negotiations, we will be letting Higbee go. We'll be letting Havenstein go. And then that's pretty much it. There's no one else really to re-sign. We got a bunch of backups, even potentially some starters. This guy's a star development guy. We got him for a 4-year deal. We're going to probably start him at number 2. So things are going to change a little bit. For the final season, I'm not really willing to give this team much more than that because, honestly, we've put a lot into it. We have a great team. It's just not working out based on EA Sim, and holy crap. We trade 14, 55, and 110 to move up to 8 to grab a wide receiver. Cooper Kupp isn't getting any younger, and yeah, I think he's going to be gone very soon. So we take our highest guy, the best available player. He's 21. Maybe the age is making me go for him, but looks decently fast. Top skills are solid. We're going to go for him, and hopefully he's hidden. He is. It says we reach, but hidden, 73 overall. Even better than I thought he was going to be. That speed's great. The excel and agility are better than I thought. Injury and toughness are a little bad, but that's Madden for you. He looks good. I was looking through players and accidentally clicked X. We now have Orlando Beasley, an absolute bust. We traded our 2 first-round picks, or 2 second-round picks for a first-round next year because we just completely missed. I don't know why I forgot about the 2 players I had in the mid-second. Completely forgot about them, so we kind of just choked it. Hey, another little guy. All right, we move to the 4th round. We are going to grab this lineman, Clyde Bennett, and I wish we didn't. We trade a bunch of stuff for pick 110. Bunch of stuff next year, I should say. Which we will be taking Rich Kelly, simply because he's, 21. Top skills look decent because the block, the power move, and the pursuits, and then he's obviously very fast. And an absolute steal. Wow, he is a little raw because block shedding's kind of bad, and, you do kind of want him as a DT type, but 83 strength only from 29 reps, that's kind of harsh. We had a little middle linebacker who's really fast still here, so I guess we're going to take him late 5th, 67 overall. Yeah, we should stop drafting now. How many hiddens do we... Oh, yeah, we grabbed 2 hiddens, I believe. Mr. Caleb Baldwin, I don't know when Kupp needs a contract, but whenever he does, we obviously will have to let him go. Looking at player traits, oh, super. He's already a god. He's already way better than Kupp, technically. I'm sorry, Kupp, okay? But he's really young starting, and he's superstar already, okay? You kind of have to admit that. As far as Rich Kelly goes, maybe a future defensive tackle, DN, I suppose. Star development, he's not terrible. He's pretty good. All right, we have the roster for what most likely will be the final season. Baldwin setting up for the future with Cooper Kupp potentially leaving after this season. Offensive line, we have Calcutta long-term, Archer long-term, Linton long-term, hopefully. Drayton is a backup we paid like a good long-term deal for. Hopefully he develops. If not, it's going to be a bit of a waste of money. New tight end needs to be grabbed soon. Guard, tackle, maybe. I think guard's fine, but definitely look at a tackle very, very soon. As far as defensively goes, new DT soon enough. Aaron Donald's still going strong, but obviously he's not going to stay forever, so you already see those regressions. Definitely got to work on that. Maybe cornerback as well. Jalen Ramsey is 29. He's fine. Sidney Jones, though, not super young, but Ben Ford can maybe play that number 2 spot. The team is set. It's just we haven't won. Simply put, we just aren't winning. That's it. It's the only thing I can really think of. All right, we have some re-signings. Aaron Donald wants a 3-year deal worth $62. If there's anyone that could play through a 3-year deal at 33, it would definitely be him. Of course, he wants that. Clark Robertson, he hasn't really performed super well, but as far as good players go, he's definitely a good player, so we're going to give him a long-term deal. Jared Goff, that's going to be a tag because I just can't guarantee he's going to be our best option going forward. We do have some re-signings, but, I mean, I think we can afford every single person here. I mean, it looks good to me. 7-year deal for Vernon Arsenu. Larry Linton, we'll give him a 5-year deal, I suppose. I mean, it looks like we have enough money, so, I mean, nothing really to worry about. Going to the playoffs. Bit of a shaky season. And we do make the playoffs just barely over the damn Cardinals. Jared Goff is, well, I wouldn't say his worst season yet, but yards were pretty damn bad. Rushing, Cam Akers' yards per carry is decent, but his touchdowns just haven't been there. Van Jefferson absolutely crushed it. Looking at the blocking stats. Jesus, Larry, we just gave you a damn big contract, and now you're playing like that? Donald, we gave him his contract. He played like he deserves it. Clark Robertson, I just don't like the numbers in this game. Just don't make any sense for pass rush. Hasn't since last Madden. Probably years before that, but it is what it is. We live on. 90 overall Rams, 87 overall Lions. You got to remember, we're the best team in the league ratings-wise, and we haven't even really performed in the playoffs, even made the playoffs, really. So imagine the amount of XP we would get if we actually made these rounds where you get extra XP for playing in these games. We'd probably be like a 93, 94 at least. Going to the end of the game, we get 10 points. 10-3. Second quarter, it's kind of been Detroit. We get a touchdown there. Defense is doing okay. Gave up a touchdown. We get a field goal before half. Touchdown to start the second half. One more point. There you go. That touchdown should seal the game. Offense finally showing up, specifically in the playoffs here. Relax there. They actually almost won the freaking... Well, not won, but they almost took it to overtime. What the hell is this? They actually almost did it. Jared Goff, decent game. Daniel Jones on the Lions. Cam Akers, terrible in the playoffs, but better than last time, I suppose. Cup absolutely crushed it. Crushed the Cup. And, that means Sidney Jones with a pick. Sly missed one kick, which is the exact amount he missed in the entire regular season. Nice. All right, going to the divisional. Who are you going against? The Philadelphia Eagles. All right. You turn injuries off, and they're gods. And Kamara is an Eagle. All right. Finally found his team, it seems. Don't know how when they're broke as hell, but okay. All right, huge rushing touchdown for Cam Akers. Surely now he's guaranteed to have good yards per carry because obviously that's a 50, 60 yarder on one run. We looked like we were smoking them, finally getting more points on the board. It looked like we were moving down the field instantly, and we just weren't scoring. Defense deserves a lot of credit, though. They have been forcing nothing but field goals. The Eagles do have a chance now, but the offense takes control, and we win the game. Moving on to the championship round here. Carson Wentz, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Goff with 50% completion percentage, but overall played better. Cam Akers, 13 for 103, 7.9 per with a touchdown. What the hell? 10 rushes for Carson. Okay. Very interesting stuff. How do you get that many rushes when you're going against Aaron Donald? I don't even care if he plays on the inside. Look at the defense. Forcing Colin Bacon to 5 field goals. I mean, of course, they had a chance to come back near the end there, and 5 field goals still means they're moving the ball. But, hey, you turn 2 of those field goals into touchdowns, and it's a whole new game. Oh, the 9-7. They dropped to 9-7, but we know the Saints, they've made the playoffs and the Super Bowl quite a bit of times here. And it would appear the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Can we meet them? Good start on offense. Ooh, Saints. Come on, offense. You got to do better than that. Defense is kind of sucking as well. Both sides of the ball playing poorly. We needed points before half. We are playing really badly. We get a field goal finally. Huge passing touchdown. This is a very close game. We are down by 1. Their ball with 8 minutes left. Defense needs 1 stop. They get it. 4 minutes left. Down by 4. 3rd and 10. Get that first down. They get it. 2-minute warning. Offense. Why are you running? 4th and 3. They get a 6-yard run. The clock is draining here. Oh, no. 3rd and 19. I just don't trust the clock. Look at the clock. I can't even call a timeout here. What the hell is wrong with this game? Not available. How? Okay, I guess we're just going to get lucky. I don't even know who this is. And that's going to be intercepted. Nope. Nope. No timeout available. I don't know how that's possible when you have 3 timeouts. No, I'm not. We're not losing the game because the game is like, oh, sorry, you can't use a timeout because we physically ban it from the fourth quarter for AIs. Such a trash. Sim has just been so bad. Like, almost everything about Sim is just awful. Absolutely awful. Regardless whether we win or lose, I don't care. Of course we lose. I do care. I lied. Well, I mean, we made it to the championship round against the Saints. Saints versus Chiefs. The Saints do win by 3, so in fairness, they did deserve to be there, I suppose, because they did win. Looking at potential dev-ups, we didn't get a single one on offense. The team is still stacked. You just got to re-sign the right players. Overall, though, it just didn't work out. Terrell Lewis finally gets a superstar as well. It just didn't work out. This is what you would call a quote-unquote failed rebuild. Of course, we built a really good team, and we did get to the playoffs here and made a nice push, but we just didn't win it. It's happening all over again. The Rams are stacked, but the contract situations are about to catch them. Regardless, that is about as much as I can do. Honestly, the team isn't going to get much better with Aaron Donald regressing, losing Cooper Kupp. Jared Goff is like 30 at star, so he's going to start regressing. The O-line's starting to regress. O.J. Howard's starting to regress. That was literally peak LA Rams, and we just couldn't get the job done. Regardless, hopefully it was still entertaining. Let me know which team you'd like to see next. We might do like the Packers on Friday or something like that. Maybe a Friday or Saturday rebuild. Regardless, if you enjoyed, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. And we're going to be doing a stream tomorrow again on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. What are we going to play? I hadn't a clue. Regardless, hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.